Oh my God. Hi. I'm all blitzed up because today is the day of the first recording for the Legends Summit with Tangela Higgins, and I'm so freaking excited. But I wanted to pop on whilst I'm getting ready, so I'm going to be multitasking because I want to talk to you about this journey and just the insanity of where things can take you and how quickly it can all happen, and that the power, the real true power, is in the mess, right? It's in the mess. Now, let's remember that, by the way, I am like really not good at makeup, so I'm not going to talk to you about what I'm doing with it because I just like whack it on. Like this is just what I know, right? Y2K girl here. Okay, so let's remember that this time last year, okay, so beginning of January last year, I started this new Instagram account. I left behind an old one from 10k followers because they were unaligned. They weren't my people for where I was going and what I was doing. So I left that behind. Am I using the right bit? I don't think I am. I'm going to swap that. I left that behind. And very, very quickly, this new account actually attracted really incredible people into my world. I really magnetized the highest caliber of leaders into my space. And that was exciting, right? My ego liked that. And what was happening was on the outside, everyone saw what they called the Fire Queen. They saw me showing up with my no fucks energy, with the whole, I don't care if you don't like me, I'm going to be who I am. And whilst there was a degree of that being true, it was from a very wounded space. It was from a place of abandonment, from a place of where's my eyeshadow brush? It was from a place of not letting my guard down because I didn't want to be rejected. I didn't want to be hurt again. So it was like, well, I'm gonna reject everyone else before they can reject me, right? That was really, if we're telling the truth, that was the energy of the Fire Queen. That was what it was about. And whilst that attracted a lot of people, what it actually did to me internally was crush my soul. In reality, I just saw a reflection. You're going to see my ADHD come through now because I'm like multitasking. This could go like so wrong. It could go so many different levels. What was I saying? Yeah, it crushed me because the thing that people liked was not truly me. And this is what happens in the online space, and not even just in the online space, right? This happens like in relationships, in friendships, in everyday life, where we put on this persona, this facade. We show the things that we think those people like and want. And don't tell me you've never done this, because I'll bet your bottom dollar you have. Because we're all humans, and this is what we've been programmed to believe we need to do. Like eyebrows, I don't know how to do eyebrows. I just don't have any. As leaders in the online space, because strength is power. And audacity is the way to go. And owning your confidence and never having any doubts or any fears, and shouting about the successes and not showing any fear, right? Because fear equals weakness. Like, what the hell have I just done to this eyebrow? Hold on, I need to concentrate. I just don't have eyebrows. But this is what we all subscribe to, consciously or unconsciously. When we're in the online space, it's what surrounds us. It's what makes up the top 1% of everyone that you look up to in this world and in this space. Holy fuck balls. Hold on. This is like... I was definitely not meant to be a makeup artist, that's for sure. Okay. Like, we'll just go with it. Okay. And then what happens is I just can't like I'm not used to seeing eyebrows on myself. Like, who is that? What happens is we lose ourselves because the thing that everyone likes isn't really us. And then behind the scenes, there's so much more to us, right? There's so much more that we want to share. Maybe there's parts of our story that we haven't told yet, but now we feel that we can't talk about them because they have nothing to do with our business. Maybe it's not within our content pillars. Maybe it's something that we think is going to lose us authority. It's going to lose us credibility because it's something that shows our quote unquote weaknesses. And that right there is the problem, because compound that day after day, month after month, year after year. And if you're here for longevity, if you're here because this is your soul's purpose, that's a lifetime. That's a lifetime of hiding. It's a lifetime of feeling less than whole. It's a lifetime of not being able to truly express who you really are, and therefore never feeling truly fulfilled or whole or validated or empowered as who you truly are, because you're not allowing yourself to show it and to also be accepted for it. And it's in that acceptance that comes the self-worth, that comes the validation that then we no longer need externally. We can give it to ourselves. But it starts by opening the doors. It starts by pulling back the curtains. It starts by shame reclaiming and by saying, you know what? This might not make sense. I don't even know why I want to share it, but I know I desire to share it, whatever that is for you. Maybe you're feeling imposter syndrome about the fact that you just had a failed launch and yet you're still here talking about the success of your prior one. Maybe it's that you feel a bit misaligned with what you're doing in the world and actually it's time for a pivot, but you feel that your clients are going to reject you because then they're going to think that you were never fully in it in the first place. I know I've definitely had that one. Maybe you just want to share something about your past, about your story, about your journey, and yet you don't know where to begin or how to make it relevant to what you're doing now. Hello.
Mum,
Yeah?
Ada needs something.
Okay, just have to wait a sec.
How long?
5 minutes. And so this is real life, right? These are the things that your soul is here to share. And I can guarantee you, until you share them, until you free yourself from those golden shackles of online space, until you smash out of that cage that you've put around yourself, right? We've put these cages around ourselves. Let's not beat around the bush. Like, no one else has forced us into this. It's just what we have subscribed to without necessarily realizing that's what we've done. So until you do that, you are never going to feel the kind of fulfillment that you're searching for. And you know how I know this? Because I've been there. It doesn't matter what money comes in. Doesn't fill it. Doesn't matter how many amazing, high caliber, top tier clients you have. Doesn't fill it. None of that will fill that feeling. None of that will give you that feeling. That hole will stay there until you speak the truth. And what I mean by speaking the truth is that whisper that you hear that says, I would love to talk about this. That's the truth. That's the thing that you should talk about. And you know the great thing about this raw speaking is that the liberation you feel from it is addictive and it's contagious. And it's something that inspires other people into action, right? You become the permission slip for everybody who watches you go first, who watches you speak up, share your vulnerability, show you're human. God, my hair is like so, what is the word? Frizzy. It's frizzy. That's what it is. Show you're human and step outside of your comfort zone and say, you know what? It's okay to be real. It's okay to be raw. It's okay to be human, because you know what? We're all humans. And the more of us that step up and share that, the more of us that get out of our own comfort zones, the more we change the paradigm of leadership, the more we remove all of these smoke and mirrors from the online space where we feel that we have to be as good as our last success story. You know that one? Well, this is the power of the raw framework. This is the power of real and raw leadership. It is liberation. I feel like I need a bit more color. It is liberation. And surely that's what we all want. Want to feel liberated. Want to feel free. Want to feel safe to be truly me, you, who we really are. And that right there is what my movement, what my summits, my stages, my training, my mentorship is all about. It is about that permission slip and saying every single person who steps up, hold on, I definitely cannot talk while I do this. Okay, every single person who steps up, hold on, two lips clap, becomes that for your people watching. And that is the greatest service we can be of. That is how we change generations to come. That is how we create legacies that long outlive us. Like, I'm not here for like a quick buck. I'm not here to have like one good month or one good year or even one good decade. I was willing to surrender everything I knew, to stop selling anything, to go into the void, to go into the darkness and to find myself again. Because I knew that on the other side of that pain, of that darkness, of that discomfort, that I would be reborn and the answer would become clear. The path would be shown. It would reveal itself, but I could not control it. I couldn't think it. I had to experience it. And that is when movements are born. That is when legacies are made. And that is why, in a minute, I'm going to record with one of over 40 speakers for the Legends Summit. This is my second ever summit, guys. Like, over 40 speakers, TEDx speakers, best-selling authors, 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs, leaders from across the world paid to speak on my stages, to align with the real and the raw movement, to be trained in the raw framework, because they have seen the power of what it does to others. They have seen the ripple effect. They have seen the industry start to change. And pioneers, trailblazers, change makers, we want to be part of that change. We want to be part of something in the beginning. We don't wait for the masses. We're like, okay, yeah, this is something that needs to happen. And we align ourselves with movements and spaces and people that feel in alignment with the change that we want to see in the world. And this is why my world has now 10x'd. And I don't just mean in money, I mean in everything. Like, to the point where I'm now looking at hiring a team and I'm like, this is insane. Like, this is actually insane in the best way possible. But it's only because I surrendered. It's only because I continue to share the journey. I continue to show my human and I continue to stretch my own vulnerability, because I can't preach to other people what they need to do. All I can do is be the embodiment of the change that I want to bring into the world. And this is the ticket, right? That's all any of us can do. You can't continue to endlessly teach people. You can't continuously educate. You can't continuously take a horse to water. But what you can do is show it how to drink. You can say, this right here is what I stand for. This right here is who I am. And this right here is the endless, continuous embodiment of what that looks like. And then allow them to make up their own minds. Because it's that journey of showing self-leadership in real time as you continue to expand and grow and evolve, as we all are, that your people come. They come to you. And this is a testament of it. Over 40 speakers in my second ever summit. I had 15 in my first one. And even that, I was like, oh my God, this is insane. I'm already booking for the next summit already after this. Stories which shaped empires, which is all about overcoming adversity for women only. Something so close to my heart. That is going to be so powerful. Real and Raw Live now has over, I think we're at 5 incredible speakers from across the globe coming to speak on that one-day event. A one-day event. They're flying from across the globe to speak to you, to be with you, to show you what real and raw leadership looks like, to bare their souls, to share their hearts, to be trained in the background, in their talks, in the Raw framework, to have professional footage of their talks, and to have a real life stage where it's not just about polished scripts. It's about the human, the real and the raw. It's about the depth, the emotion, the feeling, the energy. That's what Real and Raw Live is going to be. And I can't wait for all of these things to be out in the stratosphere and for you to come on this journey with me as I continue to evolve. I continue to stretch. Like, I've got goosebumps even talking about all of this, because just how, but the how is never our business. We just have to focus on the why. And when we're so embodied and passionate about the why, the how is revealed. I heard this so many times and I never really believed it until it happened, until I really surrendered to it and allowed it to be shown to me, to experience it for myself. And that being said, I'm going to stop talking because I need to go and get ready for this tour. So I wanted to share with you how everything is 10x'd in my world over this last 12 months, but really over the last 7, right? 7 months is when I came out of the void and everything just started like the domino effect. It just started and it didn't stop, and it changed and it evolved and I allowed it to. I haven't been like so clinging on to what I want it to be. I've just been so surrendered to allowing it to flow through me and changing my mind and letting things go that feel like I've now outgrown them and that they've served their purpose, and now we're on to the next thing. And it's all so beautiful. And this is exactly what I teach you to do. It's not just about speaking, it's about being. It's about being the embodiment of who you are. The speaking, it's just in everything that you do, right? We're always speaking, we're always talking, whether it's in content, whether it's in lives, whether it's on stages, in publications, whatever it is. That's the vehicle. But the whole package, that's about you. That's about your heart. It's about your core. It's about your soul, and it's about what you stand for. And that's what I help you to bring into the world and to share that with your people so that they feel it. And that's when they take action on it. So I freaking love all of you so much. I can't wait to hear which stage you're going to be joining me at, whether you're in the audience, whether you're going to be speaking, where you're going to be in my world. How are you aligning with real and raw leadership? What does it mean to you? How is it affecting you? How is it impacting you? How is it changing you as a leader? Let me know. Hit me up in the DMs. I love hearing from you. Put it in the comments. Tag someone who needs to see that vulnerability is the way forwards, that the human is what we stand for, and removing all of the smoke and the mirrors is essential for the generations to come. So, mwah, I love you all and I can't wait to see you soon. Mwah.